Hello, everybody. Welcome to tonight's edition of From the Boardroom to the Locker Room. And once again, the Mother City will be in the spotlight. Cape Town this weekend for the Spa Women's Challenge. Round the Greenpoint Commons Sports Grounds, it should be an absolutely classic day. And we look forward to some fantastic running. And on the program this evening, we have the defending champion, Glenrose Karpas. Glenrose, thank you for your time. Welcome to the program.
Thank you so much. How are you?
I'm very well. So let's just talk a little bit about Glenrose Karpas, if we can. Tell us how it all started. Where and when did running become something that you found that you were good at?
I started running when I was at primary school. Then I became serious 2011 when my mom told me that I need to find a group that I can train with at Embalenhle, Mpumalanga, Sekunda.
And was it something that you had other perhaps runners that had been inspiring to you that made you actually want to run?
Yes, it was something that inspired me when I saw Caster Semenya won that world champ 2009, if I'm not mistaken, when she was still a junior, when she was 18 years, first male than the world champ. So I take it serious at that time.
We'll talk about Caster in a minute because I believe she is running the race this weekend. But the Spa Grand Prix Challenge has been really good to you. I mean, you're the defending champion, and it's obviously, I guess, something that's allowed you to athletics as a full-time profession almost?
Yes, I can say that I started to take competition serious when it come to Spa Grand Prix 2016. I started to run Spa when I moved to Pretoria under Michael Sam. I started to run road running. Is where I started to complete serious road running and be known as Glen Rose.
Tell us what it was like when you were at school, when you were at primary school. I mean, I guess it wasn't easy in Mpumalanga in those days to actually look at the big world out there and go, oh, I can become a sports star. What was your early childhood like?
It was not easy because I was studying where the kids were not completing too much. Like they not have competition like the schools that are private schools. So it was not easy for me to be that serious, but my teachers were always inspiring me that I need to take athletics serious because they see talent on me. So I started to try to be serious when I went to high school.
And what other sports did you play or were available to you when you were at school?
I was running, so I was taking part on soccer and netball all the time.
Because I know netball obviously is very big, particularly in schools and obviously now with other competitions. So how did athletics manage, if I may use the word, to snatch you away from becoming a netball star?
I can say that when the time of athletics is done, take us to do netball. Also good on it, but I was not liking it. So that's why I did not take them serious, but I was also good on it.
Let's talk about the Spa Grand Prix Challenge. It's done absolutely wonders for women's athletics in South Africa. And you, of course, are a huge ambassador of the sport. Tell us a little bit about how it was in the beginning for you when you started running in the Spa Challenge and how much it's changed.
It was not that easy because I was not having a club that I can travel all the time to take part on the Spa races series, all of them. First time I came number 11 overall. Then I tried to join a boxer club. Then I started there. Then the person that was doing the points that time told me that you can win the series if you become serious. Then when I start to run all the series, I start to be more competitive. And it was not easy that time because running with Yvette and Rutendo, Palulas, and that time they were very fast and I was still young. So that thing motivated me to take part because we only running as a women's race only, and it makes us to believe in ourselves and have a bigger goals. And SPA also support women when it comes to gender based. So we learn a lot when it comes to our campaign, this spa challenge race, because you end up believing in yourself and stay healthy and be women empowering in sports.
Yeah, I think that's very important. What you mentioned, besides all of the other things, is the fact that it's getting people out there to be healthy. I think we as a nation, particularly our women in this country, don't participate as much as perhaps they should be in terms of getting healthy and getting out there and running. And unlike yourself, who obviously runs the race to win as a professional athlete, what this race has done is given so many other people the opportunities to not necessarily run it competitively. What do you tell those other women out there? I know it's too late to enter now because the race gets sold out in a couple of hours, but I mean, there's a whole series going forward. What do you tell your friends, your colleagues, other women out there about the race and why they should participate in it?
I can say that next time, can they please enter for Spa Women's Race Challenge, because they're going to enjoy themselves. They're going to networking with others and also stay healthy, because they're going to get participating all the time on this series, and they can even also won themselves for the car. And like, the entertainment is good for Spa Challenge. They must just come and enjoy themselves so that they can stay very healthy all the time.
Let's talk a little bit more about your athletics career, because you've run many, many distances. Which is your favorite?
My favorite is cross country, actually,
What makes it
because
different?
cross country is so very difficult, because it is having a lot of obstacles that you need to run around it, because you have, it's challenging mentally and physically.
Now, you've run the marathon. You've also run 5,000 meters and obviously the 10,000 meters. 2:22:22 national record for the marathon. Is that right?
Yes.
That's pretty good. I mean, let's be honest, you might be winning 10-kilometer road races, but 2:22:22, a national record for the marathon. Can we see you perhaps on the world stage, traveling abroad and representing South Africa in that distance in the near future? Or have you decided you're going to stay the shorter 10,000, 10-kilometer distances and on the road and as you say, over cross country?
Definitely, yes. You can say that you're going to see me in future participating in 42, representing South Africa, and also running the measures around the world when it comes to marathon, because it's something that I'm looking forward for in future. It is a bigger goal for me.
Who were your heroes? I know you've mentioned Yvette van Zyl, I presume, one of your heroes. Caster Semenya, one of your heroes. But plenty African marathon runners and even 10,000-meter runners, particularly from East Africa. I know you've run against and beaten quite a few of them. That must be a great accomplishment for you.
Yes, my heroes around Africa is Prince Chiri Chiri, the one that broke the London Marathon and World Women's Only record, the one that I'm looking forward to, her and Kip Lagata, the older woman that she's still running at the age of 42. She's still running very good when it comes to marathon. I want to be like them, win more when it comes to this distance that I'm looking forward to it.
Glenn, how do they treat somebody like yourself? I mean, these are world-renowned athletes. Do they give you encouragement? Are they friendly, or are they, I'm sure they're extremely competitive, but is there a great friendship that develops amongst all of you that spend so much time running so many distances?
Yes, I can say that the time when I meet Prince Chiri Chiri, we have good friendship. We even we're chatting all the time, wishing good luck for each other. I can say that Kenya also friendly and love.
Tell us a little bit about your training, because obviously the training must be very different to run a marathon as opposed to running a 10-kilometer like the Spa. How does your day go? How much running do you do in a week? Tell us about your training regime.
My training is going very well. At the week, I'm training, I can say 6 times a week, because I am resting only Sunday. Training twice a day, morning and afternoon. Morning is about endurance, and afternoon I will be doing speed sessions. I have a strengthening gym on Wednesday, twice a week, Wednesday and Friday.
Wow. So, I mean, it's busy. You could never do what you do and also have an office job, for example. So I guess sponsors are very important to you. Which sponsors look after you?
So far, I can say I have a sponsor that do my recoveries at Power to Health is where I do my recoveries so that the body can get tired and stay very healthy and not get injured and just be wellness healthy all the time. So, and I don't have a sponsor for recoveries. I just have only one sponsor, Power to Health for recovery. A sponsor for Puma for taking care for me
Yeah.
for doing retrainers like clothing and shoes.
Yeah, obviously it's very expensive. I mean, what a pair of running shoes costs these days. And I'm sure the number of kilometers that you do, those running shoes don't last like other people's for a year or two. I mean, how many pairs of shoes do you go through a year?
I can say that I can use only 20 to 50. Yeah, yeah.
Wow. That's a lot. That's a lot. You're listening to the edition of From the Boardroom to the Locker Room. We'll have more for you after these. Hi, I'm Louis Karpas. Join me on the next edition of From the Boardroom to the Locker Room as we look forward to a fantastic sporting weekend. It's FA Cup action, quarter-final action, Man City, Nottingham Forest, Fulham all in action at the weekend. There's United Rugby Championship action as well as a whole host of international sporting activities, including rugby and the Hong Kong Sevens. We preview all of those sporting activities in the next edition of From the Boardroom to the Locker Room. Join me then. Now, let's talk about Cape Town, where the race is this weekend. Cape Town's been very good for you, both in the marathon distance and shorter distances. Do you like running? Obviously, you must like running in Cape Town, but it's at sea level. Is it a little bit more difficult at sea level as opposed to altitude for you?
When it comes to Cape Town, yes, I'm running very good because the weather is very good. Only that Cape Town can disappoint when it comes to windy. When it comes to Cape Town, I can run very well because it's not the high altitude. I can breathe normally and get more oxygen than when I'm training in Pretoria. That's why it can be easy for me when it comes to coastal because I'm breathing normally.
We're talking to you, what, 2 days, almost 3 days away from the race on Sunday. When do you come down to Cape Town and how do you acclimatize to the sea level? What is your plan over the next few days?
I'm landing down in Cape Town on Saturday. I think afternoon is where I'm going to acclimatize when I'm doing small jogging for Sunday race and stretching and be ready for the race.
And the course itself in Cape Town, it's pretty flat, isn't it? Not too many hills and climbs and so on.
Cape Town is the very flat course, but is also challenging a little bit because flat you can't rest. You need to run full out. And when you're coming back, you can't see that hill, but it's the small steep hills that you can see. But Cape Town is very flat. It's where you can produce a fast times when you are fit.
Now, I am here in Cape Town, and I'm going to be a little bit biased towards Cape Town because it's the most beautiful city in South Africa. When you're running the race, do you actually have a chance at all to see the wonderful spectators and look at the ocean and see the mountain, or is your focus just getting to that finish line?
When I'm running, the focus is on the race fully, but you can smell the waves and
Yeah.
hear the waves when you're running, that you are running close to the ocean. And you can also see the spectators when they're calling your names and just look and also just focus.
Now, I know it's personal to talk money, but there's lots of money up for grabs in the race, not just for the series, but also each individual race, and an opportunity if a South African crosses the line for even more riches. And I guess big thanks to SPA from you and all the other athletes for the kind of prize money that they put up.
Yes, the prize money is very good. I just want to thank SPA because without that prize money, because as we athletes, we want more money when it comes to doing physios and buying recoveries and taking care of our families. That is motivating us a lot to do well when it comes to the race. And we're very appreciating where the money that they put shows us that they respect us, they love us also.
It's not going to be as easy if easy is the word, as it has been in the past. There's going to be some very strong local and international competition, and I'm sure there's a target on your back. Now, they all know you are the one to beat. Does that put much more pressure on you?
Once come to the race, yes, it won't be easy. It's not putting much pressure on me because I will be focusing on myself. I will be focusing what I came for Cape Town, and I will be focusing on my race. I will be focusing on my split. I will be focusing on my competitors, what they're going to do on the race and
So,
watch.
so what are you looking for time-wise? What, around 32, 33 minutes, somewhere around there, maybe a little bit quicker?
I'm looking much quick time, about 32 to 31.
Wow. And that's obviously depends on the wind, because as you mentioned it before, although I must tell you, the last couple of weeks we've had a bit of rain, but we haven't really had wind in Cape Town. So I hope I'm not putting a curse on it for you, because it has been beautiful days, 22, 23 degrees temperature and very, very little wind. Lovely course, lovely route, one that I'm sure you're familiar with, although as you say, you don't really see the route. But for all the other ladies that are running, you can't really ask for much better than Cape Town and the Greenpoint Stadium and the World Cup Stadium next to it. It must be nice coming to run in Cape Town.
Yes, it will be nice to be in Cape Town because such a long time just there on October after Cape Town Marathon. So it will be nice to be back in Cape Town to do networking with the people that I'm running with and the people that look up after me.
Now, you spoke about the people that look after you. Caster Semenya is going to be in the race from what I understand, 800-meter world and Olympic champion. She's been a mentor of yours, hasn't she?
Yes, Casta, she's my mentor, she's my coach, she's a family, she's a sister for me, she's all things to me.
But I guess beating her is a huge accomplishment in itself. But I suppose sometimes they say what you always want your pupil to do better than you do.
Yes, Casta, she groomed me to where I am now because she was my motivation all along and she give that experience to me again so that I can be better athlete like her.
So now your stiff competition, I mean, locally, Yvette van Sale, you've got a teammate, Cecilia Sosibo, and the Palula twins could be giving you a run for your money. Are you expecting your competition to come from them, or is there anybody else that you're perhaps thinking they might be giving me a big challenge?
Everyone is my competition. I'm looking forward to have a competition between them, but we're not forgetting the young comings, Karabo More and Karabo Mtwenin and Karabo Melula. They also going to run. They are my training partners. I know their fitness is very good. So I'm looking forward to have a competition. What comes, comes. I will
Yeah,
accept.
but your training has gone well. You're feeling fit and you're ready for the race on Sunday?
My training is going very well so far. I can't complain with anything because I am not even having even a little injury. I can say that everything is on point. I'm looking forward to have a good race and let's hope Cape Town will love us without having a win and so that we can produce fast times. I just want to say I'm very ready for the race.
Fantastic. Now, I know it's not the right thing for a man to ask a lady her age, but I do know how old you are. So you're at around 30 years old. Would you say that you are in the prime of your career at 30 and there's still a good 6, 7, 8 years to come?
Yes, I'm 30 years old. I'm looking forward in those years that are left and do much very well because I know they said when you are in 30 is where you get the peak of your life. And yeah, I can say that yes, I'm 30 years old. I'm looking forward to have a good career on those years that are left for me.
And then the other races in the Spa Challenge, you're off to Durban in June, Tshwane in August, Gqeberha in September, and Johannesburg in October. So in those races, which other events can we look forward to seeing you in South Africa and on the world stage in 2025?
I'm going to complete on the national 10,000 meters on the 4th that cooperate with Cape Mile. I will stay behind in Cape Town. I won't come back because it will be much traveling. So I decided to just stay in Cape Town so that I can be closer to the championship. Then I will just go and take part on ABSA Run Your City. Then will be championship for track and field for taking part in 5,000 and 1.5. Yes, there are lots of races that you're going to see me in South Africa and overseas, 10Ks and track and field.
And marathons, I mean, events like the London Marathon, New York Marathon, Boston Marathon, World Championships, can we expect to see you there as well?
We're still going to decide which marathon that we're going to go this year, but I'm going to run marathon, I think, end of the year.
Absolutely brilliant. Glenrose Kaba, we wish you all the best on the weekend's Spa Challenge. We wish you all the best for 2025. Congratulations for 2024. And as I say, it's going to be difficult to defend your title, but I'm sure listening to you, you're up for the challenge. And thank you for chatting to us right here on From the Boardroom to the Locker Room.
Thank you so much for having me.
That's this evening's edition of From the Boardroom to the Locker Room. Glenrose Kaba, the defending champion of the Spa Women's Challenge, and it takes place right here in Cape Town at the weekend. And I can tell you that Cape Town is ready for all those ladies, all 16,000 ladies who will be taking to the streets of Cape Town, running around the Greenpoint Stadium along the beautiful beachfront area with the backdrop of Table Mountain. Oh, it's going to be absolutely fantastic. That's tonight's edition of From the Boardroom to the Locker Room. Don't forget to join us tomorrow evening when we preview another sporting weekend. The Premier League is back. There's Sevens rugby and, of course, the Spa Challenge as well. As usual, and as always, be nice to each other. Until next time, bye for now.